Hello. We are back. It is a game 3 right now for Team Unbind Craft and versus Team UwU Nyan Nyan FTC. How you doing, Wolf?
I'm doing good. How are
I
you?
hope I'm looking at the right side. I'm not sure.
You're
I'm
not.
hyped.
I'm pretty sure
I
I'm over on the other side. It's okay.
I'm pretty sure I learned it recently that I think I have a direction blindness where someone says look right, I don't know where my right is, even though I usually do. Does that make sense? I don't know. I digress.
Is that what it's called?
I don't
Direction
wanna
blindness? I have to remember that.
maybe. I can't tell if I made that up or not. But enough
We won't
about
tell
me.
anybody if you did.
Let's talk about that. We will talk about the fact that we are facing a game 3 right now.
Yes.
One of these teams vying for a spot to face off against Team Ethereal in the finals for Yuletide Brawl NA.
Yeah,
I am
I
ready.
can't even predict it. Both of these teams are very strong and they're very well matched. I think it's really just going to come down to who can probably get the more rounds on attack here. Because who do we have? We have UwU defending first. I'm going to say this, but then every time I do, we go on to bind and teams prove me wrong and think that it's an attacker-sided map, even though it's really not. But UwU's going to be defending first, so we're going to have to see how strong that they can defend against the Unbind Crouch's attack. And as we saw on Haven, Unbind Crouch tends to be pretty aggressive, especially right off the bat when they're starting on attack.
I mean, both teams do play aggressive. I do like they switch it up. They know and they understand, for the most part, when to slow it down, play the back of sight, to the point where sometimes we've even seen some of the teams. I believe Team UwU did it last time, where you kind of just at this point give up sight and play for retake. And
Yeah, we
there are
did see
definitely
that.
advantages to that. Yeah.
Yeah, we did see that from UwU, especially in that first round of the half when they started on defense, where they really gave up A site, closed the door on themselves even in order to destroy it early, and then really just waited for their team to come over to do the retake.
Right. And I'm curious. I mean, I've seen Team UwU play this map. Actually, did I? No, I think they were playing Haven. I'm just kidding. I might have watched them play this map before in some of our other events. Some of the players, at least. But either way, I am very excited to see some of the lineups that they do here, and just like how they'd like to play it. Both teams have really strong Sentinel players, as we've seen from LNQ and extras. So how they utilize that to secure bind, especially with the teleports available, I'm just very excited and curious to see.
Yeah, I'm wondering if we're going to see what kind of lineup or changes to the agent picks that we're going to see coming into this map. We haven't seen a Raze yet, and I feel like Raze is pretty strong on bind, so I'm kind of expecting at least one of the teams to pull her in here. Possibly Vernina, who has been playing Duelist for Team UwU. She went from Phoenix on Haven to Reyna on Ascent. I'm wondering if she's going to go to Raze here for bind, or possibly back over to Phoenix.
Yeah,
it looks like we're loading it.
Yeah, and I'm very excited. I love the idea of Phoenix as well on this map, just because run it back through the teleports give so much information. Even if you don't get the kill, just knowing whether there's any body presence through those doors is sometimes enough for you to make a call as far as how you want to play the rest of your teammates and position yourself as far as which site, the attackers or the defenders are playing through. Typically the attackers, because it's a little harder, I guess, if you're attacking trying to find positioning. But you know where I'm getting at here.
I think I called it. Vernina just locked in Raze.
You did. And it looks like they're gonna opt out of the Jet on K-Suite, and K-Suite is gonna pick the Phoenix instead. So they are going to have both of those stratagems with the teleports available for themselves. And it looks like even Unbind Crouch are considering the same thing for them.
Yeah, Unbind Crouch did bring in the Raze on Elves. She's been playing Reyna the last 2 games. So I'm really curious to see these kinds of changes to the lineups. Like, how much of an effect it's going to have on the teams. I know when I switch characters a lot, it tends to really mess me up for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I need at least a couple of rounds to kind of get used to, hey, I'm playing Raze now.
Yeah. There's definitely like a comfort pick, and you know, sometimes whenever I switch, like, where's my utility? Oh, I don't have it, so I can't play this way because your playstyle is also affected by whatever utilities you kind of have on hand. But we are seeing Team UwU on the defense here, so they're already setting themselves up, and yeah, it's like we're gonna just little game dancing around over there.
Yeah, I really like the kind of the difference. A lot of times we get teams that kind of run the same lineups, but for all 3 of these matches, we've seen a team that runs 2 Sentinels versus a team that runs a Sentinel and a controller. Or, sorry, a Sentinel and an Initiator. Yes, that's what Sova is. So I'm curious to see on this this map.
Yeah, I was just like saying that that's a nice, lovely one way, but
yes.
Onion pushes her way already through right click with that classic, trades it out for a ghost, but not enough. Alves also picks one for herself, and it's a 3v2 on the retake for Team UwU. Make that 2 only. Curse finally gets one for themselves, but not enough. CC manages to find the head. Renina pushes her way through lamps. In the meantime, takes out 2. Another pain shell's available, but I wouldn't expect it either. The extra's just sitting right there on that corner. And that spike and point will go towards Unbind.
Yeah, I've been really enjoying watching both of these teams play. You can definitely tell that they've spent time practicing together. They know how each other plays, especially on all of these different maps. Both teams, I can't even call it one team doing it better than the other, because both teams do have instances where one of them will get into trouble and another one will come and bail them out of it, essentially. We saw it there in U-Hall a little bit, where the attacking Phoenix got blinded and was trying to reload, and Alves came in and took out the Phoenix that had blinded her. It's really nice to see. Love watching teams that know how to work together.
That's another trade right there on the aggressive play from K-Sweet. I believe she ate that flash and eventually lost her life, but Freya was there to take that trade, just like you were saying. Bailouts on bailouts, trades on trades. It's a 4v4. As the rest of Unbind Crouch push their way onto B-site right now. LNQ takes one with her as she falls to Taffy's Spectre. Spike still not planted. It's trying to take it down. Or get it down, but that shock dart not making it easy. Taffy does find Bernina in the back, but Freya on a triple kill now in a 1v1 has to deal with Killjoy and her utility in the meantime. I don't think she realizes that. It does not have any mollies on it. Oh, that's unfortunate. Triple kill for Taffy. Gets another point on the board for Unbind Crouch.
Yeah, I think Freya thought that the turret might have been looking into sight rather than at elbow there, because you can hear it, but she never actually really went and checked elbow all that much. So she didn't know that Taffy was kind of sitting over there waiting for her. But that was a really nice round from both teams.
Yeah.
Going down to a 1v1.
It's so scary when you just like hear it ticking away, because you're like, she is somewhere here, this Killjoy. Where are you? What are you doing? Show yourself.
Yeah, the bot noises are definitely a mental game sometimes.
They really are. It looks like all but one are opting to rifle up for this third round right now. And definitely crucial round for both sides to start some momentum going for them in this economy game. Playing it.
Yeah, I really like that
quite
Omen
slow.
one way there. You can do it with a couple of the different smokes, and it's just a really nice one that really stops any attackers coming down A short.
There's another one available, and they're spamming that corner, but the rest of Unbind Crouch already slowly making their way onto the borders onto A side. Hot Hands is used as well as that flash to hopefully open up that site, but Freya manages to find one. Spaces 3 of Unbind Crouch and eventually falls. CC is great on the back end, finds herself a kill as well, and that spike is now down. And Bernina and LNQ are left to attempt and try and do a retake and defuse for the spike. LNQ clears out the showers, and Bernina and LNQ playing together. Oh, this is... Look at this positioning. Oh my goodness, it just pushes her teammate out. Doesn't matter, clean headshots on both, and that's a good trade. LNQ with a triple. And the defuse will put a point on the board for Team UwU.
Oh, no, you don't deserve my...
I promise we don't script the players when we decide to talk about something and then they do it the next round. But yeah, perfect teamwork that we had just been talking about of how both of these teams have players that they play together, they go together, they know to peek together and when to peek together and when to watch a different angle just to make sure that they have each other's backs here. That was a really nice retake from the two defenders going into a situation that they were at a pretty hard disadvantage on a 2v4 going in.
Boombots face each other. Both get destroyed in the meantime. And Freya, once again, trying to see if she can make something happen with her Hunter 3. Does not connect, but I do believe the rest of her team were able to capitalize on the commotion caused by it. And now you're seeing Unbind Crouch down to 2 players.
Last player standing.
Bernina takes out her doppelganger in the meantime, and now it's all up to CC. But she does not have spike control, and they know where she is.
With the way Bernina was moving, I wasn't sure they actually knew where she was, but...
Cursed eventually does find it. Yeah, I know. I think Cursed, like, moving away, I'm like, she could come from behind. I'm pretty sure someone said that, and she just, oh, okay, turns around, finds the kill, and ties up the game. 2-2.
Yeah, at this point, there's really no one team is showing a terrible amount of dominance over the other one in terms of like being a much stronger attacker than there is a defender or something like that. So I think, I mean, this is the third map choice, so it's going to be a map that both teams are kind of okay playing on.
Yeah.
It's going to be definitely interesting to see kind of the mental game here, because game 3, you're starting to get a little bit tired. You've been playing the same people over and over again, so you don't have that many tricks left other than what you can do on the map.
And this is definitely a comfort map for, I'm pretty confident saying for a lot of teams. Most of the teams we've seen will always pick this map, so I wouldn't be surprised if it was the same for this one. Nyan on the run it back, along with the lockdown, they do open up B site right now for that spike plant. While the rest of Team UwU just kind of having to sit outside its borders in the meantime as it goes and goes away. Now they're gonna have to play retake. Oh, it's a lockdown of their own. Oh my goodness. Nyan trying to heal up, but LNQ finds her instead, and Alves, knowing that someone is in there, does not connect with her showstopper, but does find a kill eventually onto Freya and Bernina. Make that a triple. Just securing everything to make sure that that spike stays alive. And that's 3 points on the board for Unbind Crouch.
Yeah, Elves Elves really held her own there in Hookah, getting those 3 kills, kind of booping back and forth from looking at C2 to looking at Teleporter and back again. That was really nice. She had a very good kind of map awareness of like, hey, I can leave Teleporter for a second, see what's going on CT, and then come back without, getting flanked or something.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we're going off into the desert here.
I know. I was gonna say this is some Star Wars location that we're at right now.
Yeah,
That's pretty cool. Both boombots die, given once again information to both sides that yes, someone's here. What's up? Meanwhile, the rest of Unbind Crouch making their way onto A with Freya on her lonesome having to hold it right now. Tanks up that flash. She's gonna have to fall back, not realizing Nyan was pushing her through. A little bit lucky. I'd be tapping things and saying RNG's prayers right there. Vernina on the flank, not successful as Alves hunts her down and finds her. And that spike now taken away once again. But we've seen Team UwU do something with this before.
One enemy remaining.
LNQ takes out one, but extras. Cleans house, CC's Cray finishes out the round. That's another point on the board for Unbind Crouch.
Extras just kind of prove the point of like, yeah, it's great when you play together, but then sometimes you also have really bad luck and line up for the other team.
Yeah, exactly.
Took out 2 of those with, I think it was 1 ball. I'm pretty sure it was a clack kill, but when your strategies go wrong. And it looks like Team UwU is going to have a little bit of a save round here, but that we've seen them win these multiple times.
Yeah,
it's not just a fluke. So I wouldn't count them out just because they had a save.
Exactly. And I mean, the stingers, and we've even seen K-Sweet on that sheriff. Pretty scary. But Taffy opens up the round, and there we go. K-Sweet takes 2 out again before finally being removed by Taffy. Her on the sheriff. Much respect.
You will not kill my
And that's a res, bringing Nyan back into play, and now it's a 4v3 still. And they're gonna try to do this once again. Wall is up. With that rocket, she's trying to find something and will connect and find extras and drop the spike. They hear it. They know it's not planted. Aggressive play from Vernina. But Taffy finds LNQ and she's gonna get that spike down. Vernina's still in the smoke, playing it through. Stops the spike plant once again. So CC's Cray picks it up, takes it onto B site. Now, question is, are you gonna stick it? Or are you gonna fake it? And they're concerned. They know she has their ultimate, so they waited a bit. They hear it drop. Teleport is through. And now it's all about not giving her those 1v1s. Spotted an elbow. A blind does come out, and they're gonna kind of stick themselves together a little bit here. And Vernina is going to stick it. CC. Not a lot she can do here. Eventually gets cursed by Curse. And now 3 points for Team UwU.
Yeah, Vernina and Curse definitely played that very well. Knowing that the Omen from the Shadows was up, you saw Vernina sitting at the mouth of the teleporter, but she didn't go until her teammate told her the plant was down. Which was really smart because CC could have very easily faked the plant, stopped, and then teleported back to A after everybody had already rotated over. Yeah. Which would have given her more time to kind of set up and get prepared for the 2 coming in.
Yeah. Very well played. And now everybody's rifled up once again. And still a similar default play. Kind of just spreading themselves out. CC and Taffy, I think, trying to see if they can get that ultimate orb in showers, because that would give her the lockdown of make it available. And there it is. She has it up. So now it's all about trying to see if they can make a play here and secure a site for them. But Vernina, quick flick headshot onto Al.
That was perfect crosshair placement. Oh, so nice to see that.
So plain. The rest of Unbind Crouch are kind of just gonna have to. they maybe want to commit or try to force a rotation and go through the teleport. Turret spots them out, and Onion wants to pick up ultimate orb for herself. Pain Shell's a little too far back. From that ultimate orb, run it back and lockdown are now both being used to clear out this site. And it looks like K-Sweet with a run it back for herself finds Taffy in the meantime. And that's 13 seconds left as they try to get that spike down, but the rest of UwU already pushing Q. Ellen Q picks up a double kill for herself, and extras on her lonesome, not enough. K-Sweet finishes it out, and they're gonna get the defuse, and this is a tie game.
Yeah, I think we're gonna see this pretty much throughout the whole of the game here, where one team won't get too far ahead of the other. We've been seeing this from Unbind Crouch before, where Taffy and Onion kind of match their ults together. One goes down, or the lockdown goes down, and the run it back comes out to really make sure that everybody's pushing out of the lockdown. And just to see how many people are out there in the back waiting for them once that ultimate's over. It's a really good use of those two together, really nice synergy to see.
Definitely, and it definitely is a little concerning for Unbind Crouch as far as how they want to play this. You see them kind of forcing a buy here, half rifles, and one bulldog and a. I mean, I know a bulldog's a rifle, but you have a spectre.
It is a rifle.
It's a bull. I love a bulldog. I tease, but I do love that gun. I don't know why. Just don't right click with it, you know? Onion takes the teleporter over with the rest of her team. Now they're gonna try and see if they can make any impact onto B site in the meantime, but the rest of Team UwU already on the rotation.
In K-Sweet on the long flank. They have no idea she's back there.
Right? But it looks like Taffy's doing a long flank of her own, and I think Freya might be aware of that. She's still keeping an eye. Oh, she's turned her back. She doesn't know Taffy's gonna run into a bunch of them. She's gonna find them on the flank. Misses. Freya cleans it out, but Alf, oh my god, double kill for a triple with that showstopper. Not enough. K-Sweet cleans up eventually, and they'll take that defuse.
We good. We good.
Yeah, the
They laugh
bulldog's
about it
definitely
in
not
chat.
the best rifle.
No.
It's the only rifle I used during the beta the whole time, but definitely the Vandal or the Phantom would be better.
Rifle.
It's a baby rifle, yeah.
It's a baby rifle.
It's not quite an SMG, but not really a full-grown adult rifle.
It's going through its adolescent stages, okay? It's trying to figure out what it wants to be.
Yes.
Don't worry. It's
It'll get there
okay.
eventually. But it looks like they have to do an actual safe round this time. Maybe an A push that we've been seeing this a lot. They've been really good about kind of like poking at a site without really committing too hard.
Yeah. But I don't know if they're expecting. This is 3 Team UwU bodies holding on A site right now. And K-Sweet opens it up. Freya gets one for herself. CC's Cray does kind of even it out a little bit, but... And that spike is now finally going to come down.
Spike planted.
Verena hoping to do a little damage in the meantime. And that from the shadows eventually shut down. Shut down. Extras will bring back Taffy. And that's a rocket slightly missing. Catch a little bit on the tail end. Really good aggressive play. Unfortunately does not connect. And that spike still ticking away as Verena pushes through. Is she gonna find extras? She does. That's one. Looking for another. Not enough, but LNQ cleans up for her, the rest of her team. Alves, though, ends the round. Triple kill for her and a point on the board. Once again, it is tied. Oh my goodness. Back and forth, back and forth.
That was too bad for Kirst. I don't think she was expecting Alves to just rush her before she even touched the spike. So she went to do the tap and then didn't have her gun out when Alves actually appeared before her. But which was a good play on Alves' side, because doing things that are unexpected really helps throw off your opponents and can, as we see, win rounds. But you can't do it too much because then they start expecting it and then it defeats the whole
Yeah.
purpose.
Mental warfare.
Yes.
Alves will get spotted out by Freya's drone. In the meantime, K-Sweet on the run it back, trying to see if she can make something happen, but Alves has already fallen back. Oh, but not as she spots her and spots the rest of her team over at long. But look, Vernina hears the rotations. Hears that she hears it. She wants to try and see if she can make something happen, but there it is. Headshot connected during the teleport, so she's already in a good position to kind of slow that down. But the rest of Unbind crouch, still trying to make their way onto B site in the meantime, and it'll work out for them. They will take out LNQ and hope to get that spike down. K-Sweet
there's
though
Spike.
finds the spike, drops the hot hands right on top of it as she's
30
healing
seconds
off
left.
on the wall, allowing her team to rotate themselves over. In the meantime, Vernina helps her teammate out, takes out Nyan. In the meantime, Taffy on her lonesome tries to see if she can make something happen, but not enough. K-Sweet closes it out. They just lobbed it back over.
Last round
Point
in
on the
half.
board for Team UwU.
Yeah, I think that was a little bit unorganized from Unbind Crouch, which we don't normally see from them. I don't know if there's a miscommunication there or if they just got freaked once CCU's Cray was taken out over by Showers, because they only had Taffy do the teleport, and at that point that split them up way too much. They needed to start coalescing and coming together rather than splitting like that.
Yep, exactly. And you kind of just have to take advantage of the chaos. I mean, even looking at it from how Team UwU was doing it, I think they were kind of caught up in the chaos as well, just because you're seeing presence on both sides of the map. But it works out for them because they have the utility to help back that up with the Killjoy, mollies and turret. But I don't know, we are seeing Freya on the Hunter's Fury is up. So curious to see if she's going to make something happen here.
Yeah, she'll probably wait till they have a little bit more information. She saw a couple of people over here on A Short, but I don't think is really sure how many are over there. So she's sending out the owl drone, trying to get that information.
And there it goes. Hunter's Fury does tag one, eventually takes out Taffy. She is so on point with that, and I think K-Sweet sitting on the corner here. Do they know that someone... Yeah, she knows someone's in the shower. CC's in the shower, takes out Curse, TP's away.
30 seconds.
Throws that flash there. They didn't even look over, not realizing Casey was sitting in the corner.
Spike planted.
They are aware where Extras is, but so much utility being thrown over that wall right now. And just like that, Team UwU will take it 7 at the half.
Yeah, and now they have to swap to defense, which, as we've talked about,
Switching sides.
everybody says this map is defender-sided, but a lot of teams have proved us wrong. And I'm pretty sure, at least during League, I think Freya's team was one of the teams that proved us wrong, and they actually end up being pretty good on the attack here. So it's really going to come down to how good is Unbind Crouch's defense of this map.
Right.
And we're going to find out.
On paper, it looks pretty decent when you have a Killjoy that can hold one site and a Sage holding another. But it just kind of comes down to being able to abuse and burn through that utility, especially in particular for Sage. And then capitalizing on it. LNQ opens up the game, takes out Nyan, and they're just gonna take that orb and make their way all... Oh, okay. I was like, it's just an escort service for taking that ultimate orb. They're gonna go in, fall back the long way. And that's a good read, I think, for Unbind. They're still keeping it as a 2-on-2 for their site hold. Nina wants to try and make something happen. Throws out the paint shells. Unfortunately, does not connect. They smoke the rest of the team out, but you do have a lot of the Killjoy utility inside. Happy does take out LNQ, shutting all of that utility down in the meantime. And now they want to get that spike down. It's a...
Yeah, they have the
Oh,
control
yeah.
here.
Yeah. Those right-click classics coming into play, but Extra's on her frenzy. Finds Cursed in the back. It's a little rough trying to push into this, but I do like that both of Unbind Crouch's players are kind of going into this together. But there's a good crossfire happening right now
One enemy
for
remaining. Last player
Team
standing.
UwU, but Extras, that frenzy, really making it work. That's a 4K for her. And a diffuse. She'll have all the time to do it.
Yes, the
How happy
frenzy.
are you right now?
I am so happy.
Oh
That was a
my
4K
God.
frenzy kill. If somebody doesn't clip that, I'm gonna be really mad.
Oh my goodness. The positioning for Team UwU was fine. They had eye on the spike, crossfires, but when it's pistol round and you're just facing a frenzy, oh my goodness. She knows it. Frenzy.
Yes. Frenzy for the win. But yeah, that one really looked like it was gonna go UwU's way. They got that spike down really early. They had a pick early on in the round, and they were set up before the defense even got there to try to do a retake. Just wasn't meant to be because of that frenzy.
Yeah. And looks like their Team UwU making their presence known on A short right now, burning through a Sage slow and her wall in the meantime. And the question is, do they want to commit to this or not? Al's sitting on the corner. Oh my goodness. They read that. Sheriff to the face from K-Suite is the answer. And the rest of Team Unbind Crouch are making their way over right now, assuming that this is going to be the site, and might very well be.
Yeah,
Back and forth. Oh, Nyan picks up another. First evens everything out. The spike is not in
One
play
enemy
right now.
remaining.
It is down, but it's a 1v1, and
30
they're gonna
seconds
grab
left.
some rifles, get that spike
Spike
down.
planted.
Taffy playing aggressive, takes out one.
One enemy
Has her
remaining.
turret, baits it out, takes out another. 2 1v1s so far, and a tap on the spike, and it's all up to Freya. Turns away, unfortunately, Taffy, and Freya, surprise, finds her and gets the kill. 8 points now for Team UwU Nyan Nyan FTC.
You like saying that name, don't you?
I do.
Oh my goodness. That was a really nice kind of like takeover. I was surprised to see that Unbind Crouch had actually all rotated over so fast because UwU was taking it a little bit slow getting onto site. Like they got a couple picks and they moved forward, but they weren't onto site all that much. Our producer is sending us that Nyan cat now. We should have it go across
It's
the
a cat in
screen
a
on
pop
stream.
tart. It's delicious.
Cover going out.
K-Suite opens up the round, takes out Taffy. That's huge. When you have a Killjoy that dies that early and your utility is pretty much now burned, that feels bad. Although the rest of Team Unbind Crouch are on save right now. They're just... Maybe they're trying to recreate the magic, that frenzy on extras, which she does have in hand.
Look
She-
at that
she
trigger
do-
control.
Yeah, she's flanking. But I don't... The rest... 3 of the players for Team UwU with the spike are going to make their way A. I don't... And they do spot her, but they're going to be riding that teleport very soon.
Because they cursed is chasing her.
And there it is. They're gonna make their way over in the meantime, but Nyan already had that read, made her way over, has to heal up with her hot
30
hands in the
seconds left.
meantime. But that spike is now going to go down.
Spike planted.
Extras on the flank finally gets caught out by Vernina though. Before taking out Freya in the meantime. It's still even numbers here. Nyan trying to throw that flash. Blind spray.
Player standing.
Oh my
One
goodness,
enemy
with a
remaining.
triple kill. 1v1 suddenly out of nowhere is Nyan. Trying to see if she can get that spike defused. Oh, spots Cursed. Cursed is so low. She has to tap that spike. Huge paranoia comes out. But Cursed finds the headshot at 7 HP. Secures the round for Team UwU. Oh, that must be so nerve-wracking.
Probably very nerve-wracking. That was really a good strategy from Onion, though, was to kind of... Once the paranoia came out, she kind of like expected it to come, and she was already running towards where Cursed was sitting so that the nearsightedness wouldn't be that much of a disadvantage to her. Unfortunately, she chose to go the wrong way around the boxes and didn't actually see Cursed, but it was a good thought, and I like the strategy.
Yeah. It's a good attempt.
She also knew with the way that the timer was on the spike that she had to force that fight.
Right.
Otherwise, she was going to
did.
be in a lose-lose situation.
Exactly. The timer taken away. Meanwhile, that's a K-Sweet running through with her run it back, trying to clear outside, as well as the lockdown from the opposite side, attempting or delaying any attempt to get onto site in the meantime. But Spike will come down. Nobody gets detained. Extras does bring Taffy back in the meantime, but K-Sweet, headshot after headshot,
Player
is
standing.
able to do something, but she is now on her lonesome as lockdown will prevent her from trying to make something happen here. 10 HP to herself, not even realizing Onion's already there.
Is it a thing that I just don't know
Unbind.
about to do the Killjoy lockdown with the Phoenix ultimate? Or are these teams learning from each other?
Possible it's both? I'm not sure. I've definitely been seeing it quite a bit. It's a fun, interesting pair up. I like the way where with the run it back, you can kind of catch any stragglers who have not rotated out away from the perimeters of lock it down. But
Yeah,
at the
'cause you
same
do
time, you're
occasionally
not
have those
sacrificing
players.
a body. Yeah. That's
Yeah, you do have
definitely
those
me.
players that are, like,
I'll stick around.
Impressive. Yeah,
I'll
it's
stick
the last
around.
possible second.
Presence has been made by Team UwU onto A site right now as Extra sitting behind her wall, which is something that we've been seeing a lot of sages do here, hoping to catch people off guard in the meantime.
Yeah, a lot of people don't look at the corners of the wall just to see if there's a stage
Mhm.
sitting there. It's become enough of a thing that I feel people should start looking more.
Yeah, I think, at least for myself, I've definitely started to break the ends of the wall instead of the middle. I think it's been pretty common. But trades go back and forth right now onto short. And a teleport is already taken, but they're gonna have to run through all of that Killjoy utility
Placing
in the
swarm grenade.
meantime.
Swarm grenade out.
And they're gonna make their way onto site. Whew!
30 seconds left.
LNQ sitting on a couple of those Killjoy mollies, but they do get that spike down. And Vernina slowing it down for the flank. That's a flash into tunnels, but not enough. She whips her shot, Anya, and Vernina manages to take that trade. Freya picking up one for herself. And time's a
That was a
ticking.
really good read.
Freya has that Hunter's Fury available. A little bit delayed, but Alves pushes her out in the meantime. Cece, wow, takes it out. I don't think
Nope.
they have time though.
They don't.
Takes out both as well. That was a little bit nail biter for Team UwU, but they do get that round for them. That is 10 points on the board.
I feel like Unbind Crouch there, it was CC and Owls. I think they just weren't talking. Was it CC? Maybe it was Onion. But I think that what happened there is that they didn't really communicate who was going where. Owls got the kill on Freya using her Hunter's Fury, and then I think went to grab the gun rather than going back to the spike. And they just didn't have time for that. She really needed to go and get the spike while her teammate went into hookah. This is a game of timing.
Yeah, and with that, we're looking at a pretty sad save round right now for Unbind Crouch. But we're seeing a Sheriff, a Stinger, 2 classics, and I mean CC already taking a little bit of damage, loses her armor, but run it back on K-Sweet with that wall. Managed to find extras on the entry. She's hunting for more, finds another in the back with Onion. Really, really strong use of ultimate over there. Vernina with her rocket out, looking to see if she can get anybody, but does not connect. Freya fully aware someone is flanking.
Yeah, she heard her running earlier.
Oh yeah. Finds it eventually. Game called it flawless. 11 points for Team UwU.
We are able to see that Unbind Crouch can buy this round, which they really need to, because they have to get a couple of rounds on the board here to try to bring this back up. 11-7 doesn't give them a whole lot of wiggle room to mess up anymore. So we do have to see them. And I'm not sure what the strategy change needs to be here. I feel like maybe they need to communicate a little bit more. We're seeing maybe a little bit of mental fatigue coming in from these two teams. Some choices being made in communication not quite being where it was at earlier on.
Yeah. And it looks like they're gonna play it a little slower right now with, at least for Team UwU, not really the aggression that we've seen the last couple of rounds. They destroyed the wall and immediately fall back. They are burning through some of Sage's utilities here. She's used her slows, but extras. Finds 2 in showers. That crosshair placement really netting those 2 important kills for them right now, leaving Team UwU as 3 to try and take on a site. Oh my goodness. Those molly placements in the meantime does do a little bit of damage. Meanwhile, L&Q managed to catch Owls on the teleportation. 30 seconds left and they're just running it. And
yeah, it looks like
that's a read from the
read. They're coming over too.
Yeah, they read it. Yeah, they expected it. Freya already catches Taffy on the flank. Onion once again holding strong in lamp. Has to heal up, but that spike is still not planted. He's gonna have to commit here no matter what. And they do finally get it down. And CC evens it out a little bit. Gus gets spotted. Both of them fully aware of where the other person is. But Freya wrapping around. Gonna play ring around the spike. Spots her. Triple kill. And that's 12 points for Team UwU. They are now on deck to take themselves to the finals.
This could be the last round. We'll see where it goes. CC, I think, just didn't expect her to go all the way around through U-Haul to come in from the flank. She was definitely looking ace short, which is where most people would end up going in that situation. So that was a really good play from Straya. Good strategy of going somewhere kind of unexpected. We've been talking about that a lot tonight of, you know, you have to switch it up, do weird things sometimes in order to keep your opponents off their game.
Exactly. Yeah, I think even with like the CC smoke positioning that she put down, it didn't even cover her flank at all, just because she was just not expecting Freya to be there. But
Yeah, when the smoke went down,
Unbind
I thought she
crouch.
put it right on Spike, which would have been a little bit better because it would have protected her somewhat. Freya would have had to
Yeah.
come in.
Going up.
And K-Sweet opening everything up once again with that firewall. They'll eat up that flash in the meantime, but the rest of her team running in with her. That's a lineup so scary looking at it from my perspective, but LNQ wins it out. Alves manages to tag Freya with that showstopper
player
in the
standing.
meantime, but these are trades going out, and it's all up to Taffy now to try and keep the dream alive for Unbind Crouch, but not enough for Nina through the wall with that Vandal.
Not only just through the
13
wall, but through the smoke too.
They just knew. They sprayed and prayed and said, give us this win. And they'd get it. And they are going to be in the grand finals of our Yuletide Brawl tournament, facing off against Ethereal for the $350 first place prize.
Yeah, and even going up, whichever team doesn't win, second place, everybody on the team still gets Valorant gift cards in order to buy all of those skins that we were talking about before. People love their skins, make their guns more personal. So both of these teams are going to come out of this tournament with something. And I'm very, very excited to come in and see this final. Before we do that, though, we do have to take a break. We're going to be, I think it's about a 10 to 15 minute break. Get all of the teams in here. We're going to make sure that everybody gets into the lobby and is all set up for this. And when we come back from that break, before we even get into the game, do you know what we're going to do?
Is it something glorious?
It is something glorious. We're going to have that giveaway winner. We're going to announce who won the glorious pink Model O mouse right before we come into the finals. So make sure you stick around. Make sure you're in here. We're going to see who wins that soon.
Exciting. Well, I'm very excited. I am done for the night, but do stick around. Again, we do have the finals for Ethereal and Team UwU Nyan Nyan FTC. I just have to say it one more time. Well played to both teams for making it this far out of a pool of 25 teams. And I can't wait to watch everything. So thank you all for having me. We will have Wolf, our lovely Wolf here, and Mimi casting the finals for you in a little bit. But otherwise, take a break, rest up, come back as we announce. Are we announcing the giveaway winner after? Or
yeah, after this break.
Yeah,
after this break.
There we go.
Yeah,
and we will see you guys shortly. And have a good one.